Yeah, hi guys. So based on my previous video on Gbpnzd on the daily time frame and my previous video, I told you guys I was going to wait for a signal around this area right there. I was going to look for a signal to enter a trade from around there, and we had now this was the level I told you I was going to wait for, because this was the particular candle that came into my demand area. So I was actually waiting for a change of character around this area on either the 4 hour or the 1 hour time frame. And on the 4 hour time frame, we had that entry which we took today, because now let me go to my line charts. Now you can clearly see there was something going on here. Now this is why I'm telling you guys to know how to use your line charts. Line chart is a very big tool, but most people don't know how to use it. Now look at the price action that printed around this area. We had this break of structure right there. Now this was the high that was responsible for taking out this move. Now what did we notice? We noticed immediately we had that switch, which was is a change of character or whatever it is many people will call it. Now from this level now, I can clearly see that price has given me a range, and just by marking my low to this high and mark out my 4 hour demand area. So that area simply is becomes my 4 hour demand with this particular low right there, because this was the liquidity. So which means this move right there was the liquidity move I was waiting for price to take out to give me a change of character on. So which means I'm having a double confluence on that particular area. Now, this was a very sweet and nice trade today, because this high was the first high I was trying to target. Now let me now tell you, let me explain something to you guys that you don't understand about all this scalping, day trading, blah 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 and all that. Now this is when you start applying. This is the right time to start applying scalping, day trading, your previous daily high, your previous section high and low. This is the best time, because now no matter how good your setup is, you understand. Now look at this setup. No matter how this setup looks very juicy and nice, this particular setup there, because this low was my stop loss and this high was my first take profit. I'm still in this trade. So now, no matter how good your setup is, it doesn't mean this trade is 100%. But with my analysis, my patience level, waiting for my signal and everything, I've been able to be on a better side of the probability, because every trade is a probability. Every trade is a probability. But one thing is for sure: if you follow your plan, be disciplined about your plan, your strategy, you can never be unlucky all the time, as long as your strategy is a proven strategy that works over time. You've back tested it, you've modified it, you've been able to understand the flaws of your strategy, because every strategy has flaws. You just need to work on yourself, try to work on it every day. Make sure you are trying to modify it, try to look for the best way you can you know come into the market and see how your strategy works and how it will not work. So these are the things most people are running away from, trying to get signal from trader A and try to learn one or two things from. No, fine, there is nothing bad in gathering up information, but at the end of the day, the hard work is necessary, the consistency is necessary. You can never escape it. So this was a good trade today. So now I'm trying to see how this daily candle is going to end, because if if by going with trying to start looking for my previous daily high, because this is where I start applying all this previous daily high, blah blah blah, and all that. Now, this is my previous daily high, which was yesterday. Now, going to the 4 hour time frame, you can clearly see that we had this break of structure there already on the 4 hour time frame with a fair value gap. Now, this was the initial high that took out this low, right there, that took out this low. So now, price has taken out this high, because if you go to my, let's go to our line charts. Now, by marking this high right there, you can clearly see that when this 4 hour candle printed, it clearly broke above it. You understand? So now, for me now, most people now start trading from this fair value gap right there. Now, me, my strategy is not changing. I need to see a range from this low. Now, I need to see price giving me a range where I can now mark my level again of demand. Right from here, let's assume maybe this is our high. Now, this now becomes my 4 hour demand right there. So let me go back to my candle. Now, it simply means I can never trade from this fair value gap, because this particular fair value gap is in a supply level. So which means this particular fair value gap is what I'll be working on, and I'll be having a double confluence there, because this level here was the level of resistance. We took it out, which means this level of resistance might become a level of support again when price comes. And this as well is like a breaker block, order block, whatever it is you want to call it. So I'm having like three confluence here. I have fair value gap here, I have my previous daily high here, which was the level of resistance. It will turn to support. Then I have this three block here, which is my other block, breaker block, whatever it is you call it. You understand? And my buyers as well. So everything is working in line with my strategy and my analysis. So I'm not trying to complicate things for myself. I'm not going to trade from this area, because I'm not saying I'm very certain that price is going to come back here, but we don't know what will happen next week. We might have a bit of consolidation, then manipulation into this level, then distribution. So it is as simple as that. This is the best time you start applying all this your previous daily high and all that, because price has just started to move towards the direction, and price will never rest. If price is going to move as it should move, it will never rest until it takes out this internal liquidity right there. And don't forget, we still have an external liquidity here, which is this particular external liquidity there, this particular high there. Then we now have an external liquidity. So everything on this pair is still, moving towards the direction of what I want. And price loves taking out liquidity. That is what you should know. Price does not rest until it takes out liquidity. So that is my update on Gbpnzd. So let's see how price react tomorrow, and then look for more opportunities in the market. Thank you very much.